call. Hey, sorry. Mic check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Sorry, I'm stopped. I'm trying to put my mic on. Good morning, and thank you for joining us right here on After GMS, our digital show on the WFMY News 2 Facebook page. I'm Tracy McCain, here with Megan Malaris and Ed Matthews. You like the Christmas music we had playing?
I do. Very fitting. We are 4 days to Christmas Day, and it is the first official day of winter, Ed, which happens to be the shortest day of the year.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, 9 hours, 42 minutes, and 43 seconds. I had to look that up, I'll be honest with you. But, and that sun's going to be at its lowest point in the southern sky today. The only problem, we're not going to see it. And I'll talk more about that in the clouds in just a minute. But let's talk about how frosty it was this morning. Another morning with most locations into the 20s. 29, the low in Greensboro and in Lexington, down to 24 at Martinsville, 26 at Danville, 25 at Reidsville, Burlington at 27, 30 the low at Smith Reynolds Airport in Winston-Salem, went down to 27 at Mount Airy and at Wilkesboro. As we look with our weather cam over downtown Greensboro, we see lots of mid and high level clouds. These are not really the type of clouds that would produce any rain, although your forecast team did decide to include at least a small isolated shower chance as we head through the afternoon. We've got low pressure that continues to get organized just off the coast of Jacksonville, Florida. And you can see lots of rain over coastal Georgia, moving up through coastal South Carolina and approaching southeastern North Carolina, just to the south of Wilmington. And with the low pressure tracking off along and kind of parallel to the Carolina coast, most of the rain is going to stay down east. Now, we don't have any rain in our backyard, although again, we're just mentioning a stray or isolated shower later today and tonight. Some models bring the western edge of the rain close to the triad. Others keep it towards Raleigh and Fayetteville, but we thought it would be a good idea that you were prepared just in case as you carry along the umbrella this morning. So the low tracks just off the southeast coast, and you can see by 6 p.m. this particular model really keeps the rain down east. And that's okay. But we'll certainly see lots of clouds today and tonight with some pretty quick clearing tomorrow as the low accelerates and tracks on to the northeast. Now, another shot of colder air headed our way. This dry cold front will move through late Wednesday evening. No weather associated with it, but that'll chill us down a few degrees on Thursday. But we're still looking at the big warm up for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, as high pressure by Christmas Eve is going to be just off the southeast coast. That's going to promote a warmer southwesterly surface wind. and get us into the upper 50s there on coming up on Friday. And then on Saturday, we're looking at some mid 60s, and we got it right here in the 7-day. Now we got to deal with a little bit more chilly air, really chilly today with the clouds and low 40s, and then with the sun popping out tomorrow, low 50s. That dry front will knock us back to near 50 on Thursday. Plenty of sunshine, sun and clouds, Christmas Eve and Christmas Day with the nice warm up. Sorry kids, big kids and little kids, no white Christmas this year. Not for our area anyway.
Sorry, Carol Harris.
Yeah, poor old Carol. I'm
on
sorry,
our feed.
Carol.
She's on again.
Yeah, I think we've all learned that North Carolina is unpredictable. I mean, even by meteorological standards, you knew it was going to be a warmer year, winter, but I mean, who would have known Christmas would be 64 degrees?
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. All right. So let's talk about this. Our first conversation is about the Omicron variant and its spread. Health officials say it will intensify, and within the month already, it has already become the dominant COVID strain in the United States.
This comes as the Durham County Health Department confirmed 6 cases of Omicron yesterday, bringing the total in our state so far to 10 confirmed at least. We want to know, are Omicron concerns modifying any of your holiday plans, maybe your protocols for your Christmas dinner? While you drop a comment here, let's give you some background. Federal health officials say the Omicron variant took less than a month to become the dominant COVID strain in the U.S. The CDC says it is the variant responsible for 73% of the country's new cases last week. Researchers say it does not appear to cause more serious illness than the other variants, but it is more contagious. So something to keep in mind.
Well, it is causing some families to reassess their safety protocols going forward. On the WFMY News 2 Facebook page, Roger Jefferson wrote, in part, precautions work in harmony with one another. Even though others may not wear a mask, I do, he said. I take all precautions and will continue to do so until COVID-19 no longer threatens the masses. Everyone, he said, should do their part, end quote. So there are several people in line with that same objective and comment. Then there are others who, you know, are not. And so you have this kind of interesting conversation that you're having among families and friendships about what to do for the holidays.
Right.
And that's what's happening right now. I think those conversations have happened weeks ago. And at this point, if you have a plane ticket, if you're flying out, if you're driving, those plans are probably already set in motion. So if you decided a few weeks ago that things are going to change for you, then you're probably going ahead with that plan. If you decided a few weeks ago that the ticket is bought and you're going, then you're on your way.
And we heard from Health Secretary Dr. Mandy Cohen yesterday in the COVID news briefing saying you really want to get a booster if you can before you travel, given how contagious this Omicron variant is. So obviously this is a factor heading into this Christmas. Last Christmas, that was the start of our peak so far. Again, Omicron could change things, but last Christmas, before vaccines were widely available, before some of these other variants came into play, we were already seeing cases start to spike after the Thanksgiving holiday. We were seeing the positivity rate and hospitalizations go up. We're seeing a little bit of that now, but not anything compared to the data last year. So we can hope and pray that this virus stays mitigated because of the precautions people have already taken and are going to continue to take heading into their family gatherings. But we know health leaders have said that this virus spreads much more easily when you're inside, you're gathered with people whose health status you might not know, or maybe you do know, but not everybody's vaccinated, or there's a breakthrough case potentially. So there are all these factors I think families need to consider and decide for themselves based on the circumstances what is best. Ed, what are your thoughts?
We have discussed it. My family has kind of chatted about it, and we're going to go ahead and go forward with our plans. I've made a list, and I've checked it twice. As a matter of fact, I've checked it a lot more than twice, of who I'm going to be in contact with over Christmas. I know who's going to be gathering, the family members and so on and so forth. We're not, I call it the nuclear family, the nucleus, that's who we're going to get together with. We're not going to have any outsiders. I'm not aware of anybody on that list that I've checked so many times that haven't had all of their shots. and had the booster shot and so on and so forth. And gang, I just be honest, I don't know what the answer is other than to get vaccinated and stay up to date. And as soon as, the people in the know say it's time to get another booster shot, maybe I guess in 2022, I'm going to get that booster shot. But, somehow life has got to go on carefully. Yeah. And that's what we're going to be. We're going to be careful as we get together this Christmas. No outsiders invited.
Thankfully, the weather's going to be good. So for families who feel more comfortable gathering outside, or at least spending the bulk of their time or eating the meal outside, you should be able to do that with a high almost near 70 degrees on Saturday.
Oh, there are going to be a lot of family football games going on Christmas afternoon for sure. And I think that's great. The fact that it is going to be warmer. Go outside and enjoy and, keep your social distance up. I'm still wearing masks. Probably wear masks for the rest of my life. I don't know. We'll have to see how things unfold as we move forward. But I think it's important to be careful. I think it's important to get vaccinated and just be careful moving forward. And I think everybody will be okay.
All right, we did get a few responses in reply to Megan's question. Carol said, not really. She's just hanging out with family this Christmas. And then Scott Lynch said, no changes, driving south tomorrow. Not going to let a little virus change that, he said. And then we heard from a few other people who said nothing's going to change and that they are going to just stick with the plan. So, just be careful as you always would as you travel. And the state is recommending that, especially if you're flying, that you only fly if you've had your vaccination and your booster. Also, get tested before you go and when you come back. And we have a full breakdown of the state's recommendations on our website, WFMYNewsTube.com.
Joanne just added, we plan our family Christmas at a son's house. All have had shots, family only. She says it's time to take pictures and make memories. All right, let's get to our morning headlines before we get to our second talker, which is a fun one. Well, the U.S. is reporting the first confirmed death related to the Omicron variant of COVID this week. The CDC says this happened in Texas. Health leaders say the man was unvaccinated and had underlying health conditions. This new variant accounts for almost 3 out of every 4 infections, about 75% in the last week. That is up from about 3% of all infections the week prior. In a speech later today, President Biden will address the country about next steps to fight the spread. Experts say COVID vaccines and boosters are more important now than ever. Moderna says its vaccine booster is effective against Omicron, and its labs are reporting a significant increase in antibodies against the variant compared to its initial 2 doses.
A Triad Church is sharing kindness ahead of the Christmas holiday. Whole Man Ministries in Winston-Salem will give away food and offer COVID vaccines and booster shots from 11 this morning until 3 o'clock. The first 50 people to receive a vaccine will also get a $25 gift card. From 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock today, the group is providing 300 food boxes with $25 gift cards inside. The church is located on Old Lexington Road in Winston-Salem. Well, transportation officials are predicting the busiest travel period since the pandemic began for this holiday season. Here at home, Piedmont Triad International Airport already noticing a big boost in travel just as cases of the Omicron variant rise across the country. Tomorrow and today are expected to be the busiest days, and that's where WFMY News 2's Itinese McMiller picks up our coverage.
Well, holiday travel is well underway here at PTI. Folks have been getting checked in for their flights, and tomorrow and Thursday are expected to be the busiest days of the week for holiday travel. 109 Americans are expected to travel and head out in the final days of 2021. More than 6 million people are expected to fly to their destinations, triple what we saw last year, according to AAA. Here at the PTI airport, they're seeing 60% more passengers this week compared to this time last year. The number of planes taking flight from PTI is up 65%, with 252 flights leaving this week. And if you have nicely wrapped gifts you're traveling with, do not bring them with you through security.
If it triggers an alarm, the TSA officer is going to have to unwrap the gift. You know who should unwrap that gift? The person who's supposed to receive it.
Bringing wrapped gifts could slow you down and delay bags from getting on the plane. TSA recommends packing gifts in a gift bag or a box with a lid so TSA officers can take a peek without unwrapping the gift. Now remember, there is a federal mask mandate at all airports, and here in North Carolina, the governor's COVID-19 task force is encouraging folks to get tested, boosted, and vaccinated if they have not already before traveling.
So your Christmas tree is up by now. Hopefully your gifts may be wrapped and perhaps already under the tree. Your holiday meal is planned out, but now you need some music.
So let's get in tune or in sync with the Christmas season. We want to know, what is your favorite Christmas song?
So hard, so hard. But this one is likely on your list. Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You is Billboard's top Hot 100 Songs chart once again. It is the third time the track has reached #1 on the charts. The 1994 modern classic leads 6 holiday hits in the top 10, and Brenda Lee's Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree is a close second.
So Carey responded to this news yesterday by sharing a sweet card her daughter made her to celebrate the return to #1. You can make out the words "Best Mama Ever." I see congratulations. I see the #1 written there. She says the Billboard Hot 100 #1 is inside, and she is so proud of her mom. So what's your favorite Christmas song? I heard from Valerie on my Facebook page. She says Silver Bells, a classic. Joe said, Oh Holy Night. Wanda says chestnuts roasting on an open fire, but she loves listening to them all.
On my Facebook page, heard from Eric right away with one of my favorites. He said, Luther Vandross, Have Yourself a Merry Christmas. Definitely one of my favorites. Angela said, Last Christmas by Wham. Last Christmas. Okay.
Keep going.
Some of you texted in your responses. The JJ said Silent Night by The Temptations. Andrea said the Christmas song by Nat King Cole. She said absolutely beautiful. And I agree with every single one that was mentioned there. Perhaps this should be like, what is the worst Christmas song? Because really, what is your favorite? There's so many options, you know, and I'm like, oh, love that one, love that one. There's not really one on that list that I could be like, I don't know, you know, I love them all.
Yeah. Mariah, okay, I like Mariah Carey's song, but it's just so overplayed that I do find myself turning the channel sometimes. And it's no discredit to her or the song, because it's fabulous, but it's just over and over again.
Right. I don't know if it's overplayed or if the marketing behind it,
maybe
with her like tweets and it's, although you can choose not to follow her on social media and get less of it, I guess. But I mean, it is constant. But I mean, some would call her a marketing genius, right?
I mean,
you know,
good
capitalizing on the day.
Yeah.
So Mariah Carey aside,
anyway, yes.
and Matthews, what is your favorite Christmas song?
Oh, I got a whole list of them, but
I
I got to go back in time since I'm a little older. Got to give another plug like I did on the Good Morning Show for the incredible Brenda Lee. Grew up with her Christmas songs. Anything she sings reminds me of just wonderful Christmases past with my family. So certainly love all of her Christmas music. And yeah, Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree is right at the top of the list. But everybody here at the TV station knows that I like to kind of bellow out maybe a Christmas song any time of the year, even in the middle of summer. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, Megan. I'm Dreaming of a White Christmas. I like to sing that for some crazy reason. I don't really know. And Jingle Bells, Dashing Through the Snow. So it's all about forecasting snow. So I'm dreaming, and I just put this on the feed, I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, but I woke up and it was reality time.
Right. You're like, I'm dreaming of one, but I'm forecasting a different way.
Yeah, I gotta go with the models, right?
Right.
But I'll have to say, you know, on the religious side, and I really do like the more traditional songs much better. Away in the Manger, I forgot that one during the show, and Silent Night. I really love both of those. And you talked about Christmas songs that you hate. Of course, Ed had to have at least one.
Okay.
Grandma Got Ran Over by a Reindeer.
Oh, yeah.
How absolutely repulsive that song is.
Right. You know, and also, I saw Mommy Kissing Santa under the Christmas tree, I think it is.
Yeah, something
I mean,
like
it's not that I don't like it, but now that I'm a mom, I understand why moms don't like it.
Yeah.
You're like, what are you doing? Why would you be doing that?
Unless Santa looks a lot like Dad, then it might be okay.
Then maybe I need to pay more close attention to the lyrics. Yeah, that could be it.
Maybe. Yeah, gosh, so many I love too, like you, Tracy. Mary Did You Know is my all-time favorite, at least as far as modern songs. Clay Aiken's version is so beautiful. When he belts that high note, you just get chills. I also love the Pentatonics version as well, the a cappella singing group. They do such phenomenal songs together. Their harmonizing is just amazing. Little Drummer Boy is a favorite of mine too. I love First Noel. And then my son, my mother-in-law taught him how to sing or hum Away in the Manger. So now, every time we ask him to sing the baby in my belly a song, he hums that song. So it's very sweet. And I hope he'll continue that tradition for years to come.
All right, so we're hearing from a lot of people right now. This is amazing how many different opinions there are on favorite songs, but there's so many, so why wouldn't there be? Joanne said, my favorite Christmas song is Mary Did You Know by Mark Lowry. We also heard from Priscilla, who said, Rocking Around the Christmas Tree. Also, she said, Merry Christmas from Oak Island, North Carolina.
Oh, fun.
Yes, she also loves all Christmas songs. Lloyd Ross said, Temptations, Silent Night. That is definitely a good one. And then Quad City All-Star Christmas for the fun. I've never heard that one, but I'm sure if it has a great beat, I'm rocking too. Carol Harris said that she likes Breath of Heaven, as did Karen Dill. And let's see, we had a few more. Debbie Isley said Silent Night, as did May Carpenter. And Isaac said, my favorite Christmas song is 98 Degrees, This Gift, and NSYNC's Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Happy Holidays. We need
Go,
Christian.
Tracy.
No. This is just a hobby. It's not a thing.
I've got one other one that just popped into my head now that I'm really thinking about it. You've heard of the group Mannheim Steamrollers, right?
Oh, yeah.
Their version of Deck the Halls is fantastic. Now that gets me to dancing, which is scary in itself. But that's a great song I just remembered.
I think it's so fun how these classics are really timeless. My daughter danced to Give Love by the Jackson 5. And she's always just like, Mom, play the boys' song, you know, like they're like, you know, a little kid group today.
Aww.
But the fact that she loves that song and dances to it every time it comes on, it's just really sweet because, you know, obviously this group, Jackson 5, was together decades ago, but their music is still carrying on and starting traditions with the younger kids. Love
That's what
it.
it's all about. All right, this has been a really fun conversation. Why don't you say we get us out the door with a final look at our winter forecast, Ed? That's ironically warming up throughout the week.
Yes, indeed. First day of winter. It arrives at 10:59 this morning. What is special about that time? Well, the sun will be at its lowest point in the southern sky, and this is the shortest day of the year. Not here locally, we're looking at 9 hours and 42 minutes and 43 seconds between sunrise and sunset. And we're not going to see that sun. It's going to be overcast today, and there could be an isolated shower this afternoon and overnight. Low pressure is going to track just off the Carolina coast, and we think all the rain, for the most part, is going to stay well east of the Triad, but some coastal regions could get a real soaking rain. Now, with the clouds, we're going to struggle to make it into the lower 40s after dipping into the mid and upper 20s this morning. Tonight, a sprinkle or a shower, and then tomorrow, I think some pretty quick clearing, so we'll see sunshine in low 50s. Dry cold front moves through tomorrow night. No weather with it, but it'll cool us back to near 50 on Thursday. Here comes a warm-up. Yes, indeed, on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Going to warm up pretty nicely. Partly sunny, 57 on Friday, and Christmas Day, mid-60s. So we're not going to be dashing through the snow this year here locally in the Triad. And like I said, my dreaming of a white Christmas, I'm wide awake now. I've stopped dreaming.
Oh. No dashing through the snow, no shoveling snow,
I'll sing
no
it,
scraping
I'll sing
snow.
it, but
off
it's
of-
not going to happen.
Yeah.
I'm going to bellow it out in the hallways, but in reality, it's going to be more like spring.
Well, we love your spirit and your science.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Just go to a ski resort where they are blowing snow, trying to get it to stick. It's just not working very well.
Thanks so much for joining us here on After GMS. We'll have more great conversations as we count down to Christmas tomorrow on After GMS on the News 2 Facebook page and on the Good Morning Show. Take care.